Right, so this is probably the best time to get Native Instruments and iZotope stuff because everything is on sale, summer sale. This is the summer of sound, so I'm gonna try and make some sense of whatever is going on here. And if you have any questions, if you want me to show you anything or explain anything, of course, leave comments. Right, so this is the landing page for the Summer of Sound 2024, and there is a lot of stuff over here. So I'm going to get started with the obvious. I'm going to get started with the complete bundles. So I'm going to make sense. I'm going to try and break it down for you so you can decide which version, which package is for you. So I'm going to just go with the first one, Complete 14 Select. And if you go here, it doesn't matter actually. Once you in any of these, you can go and just compare them. So I'm going to scroll down and there is a compare section. And this is really important. So if you're new to Complete, if you're new to Native Instruments stuff, you're probably wondering which package is for me. If you already own stuff, I'm gonna get to that in a moment. So as you can see, we have 4 bundles. We have the Complete 14 Select, we have the Standard, we have the Ultimate, and we have the Collector's Edition. And I'll just say the first one, the Select, this one is not something that I would buy. I mean, as it is, this is the stuff that you will get for free, bundled with some other probably keyboard or audio interface, or maybe when you buy machine or anything else. The main, I'd say, lack or whatever is missing here with the Select is the contact. And I'm going to get to that in a second as well. So I'm going to show you that we have the full contact, and this is included in all other packages, but it is not included with the Select bundle. And why this is important. So first of all, what exactly is contact? Contact is a sampler. It is a software that allows you to go and take whatever samples you have and create instruments. You can use those samples, your own samples, or maybe other samples, and just place them across the keyboard and play them and use this to create your own kind of instruments. But most people use Contact as the player for other companies' libraries, especially Native Instruments, but not only Native Instruments, of course. And there are 2 kinds of Contact libraries. There are the official, the ones that will also run on the free Contact player that you can just download for free. But many other companies, other than Native Instruments, can create libraries that will only run on the full Contact. And there are so many such libraries. So I would recommend starting with the Complete 14 Standard. So let's see what we've got here. And as we scroll down this table, you will see what's in each of these bundles, and maybe that will help you decide which one is for you. So as you can see right away, we have in the Standard 87 included instruments and effects. In the next one, in the Ultimate, we have 140, and then 148 in the Collector's Edition. And you can also see the number of sounds, the number of included expansions. So these expansions are machine expansions. You can actually use them without the hardware itself, but that's what included. And then we have some more information, but as you scroll down, you'll see the platforms. And here you can see that everything is included here in the Standard, in the Ultimate, and the Collector's Edition. But for the Select, you only have the players, the free players. So also Complete Control is a free player. So that is the main difference here right away. And then we have the list of synthesizers. And synthesizers is different from sampled libraries, from contact libraries maybe, because they are not sample based mainly. But here we can find the BX, Oberhausen, and the Blocks Prime, FM8, and Form. We have even Massive. By the way, I'm going to show you something. Massive is $19, only $19. And there are a bunch of other synthesizers for the same price. So if you're not getting the complete bundle, check out the individual instruments and individual synthesizers. And again, what's the difference from the other bundles? So you can see that we are missing some. So we don't have the knee form right here. And we don't have a razor. We do have the razor in the other two. And we're missing the Scanner XT. Well, I wouldn't say that this is a deal breaker. I'm still going with the standard at the moment. And then if you go and check out the creative samplers, then you have the battery, which is, this is the drum sampler. And then we have the Polyplex, and we are missing, in the standard, we are missing flash. Again, I wouldn't say that this is a deal breaker for me. I hardly use flash at all. I play with it just a bit, but not a lot. And then when we're going into the sampled instruments, this is the Forte, this is the main thing maybe for native instruments. You can see that all these all these bundles have all the libraries in the Play series, but if you go into the Select, you see that you only get 3, right? And so this is really great. And so again, we are still on the standard. And next, you can see that we have acoustic pianos. So for the standard, we are missing Alicia Keys, which I think is one of the best. I really love the sound. I really love how it feels. It's very distinct. It has its own character. And I think many people appreciate and love this piano, Alicia Keys. And we are also missing piano colors. So I have a video covering piano colors. This is very versatile, creative piano, not really a classic piano that you would play, but it is missing in the standard. So here you go. So maybe considering going into Ultimate for these two. I don't know. Again, it's up to you. Watch my video, see if that's something that you would like, at least the piano colors. And then when we go to the electric pianos and organs, again, we are missing a few, nothing really that would do any difference for me. The George Duke Soul Treasures, I don't know if that's a big one. But if we go into drums and percussions, here we are missing quite a lot. So for the Select, there's only the Drum Lab, which I personally think it's okay. It's pretty nice. If you get it for free, that's a bonus, but I wouldn't go ahead and buy that one specifically. But in the standard, we do get the Abbey Road 60s drummers, and we get Drum Lab, we get the Studio Drummer. All three are great. This is pretty much, for me, that's enough. But if we'll go to the other two bundles, then you'll see that you get everything. You'll get the Abbey Road 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. We get the Abbey Road Modern Drummer, which I really love. Pretty good. And so again, that's to compare. And if we'll go to basses, well, again, the Scrubby are kind of classic but very old libraries. I don't think they make any difference. I really like the Reichenbecker. I really love the Session Bassist Prime Bass. This one sounds good. So we get that with the standard, and of course with the others, but what we're missing is some of the Scarby. I wouldn't say that this is a deal breaker yet. So acoustic and electric guitars. Here we are missing a lot in the standard. We do get everything with the Ultimate and the Collector's Edition. You can see we do get the Session Guitarist Mint, which I covered. We get the Session Guitarist Sunburst, which I need to cover. We have the Session Guitarist Strand Acoustic, which I still need to cover. All these are great, but with the Ultimate and the Collector's Edition, we get some others. So we get the Electric Sunburst Deluxe, which is really good. We have the Session Guitarist Vintage. We have the Picked Acoustic. We have, I mean, everything is amazing. So this is getting a little bit heavier towards the more expensive bundles. If you are using or planning to use guitars in your productions and you're using this for whatever, this is really I mean, a difference here. And then as we scroll down, we have some strings and horns. You can see that we are missing some here, but again, that's not a deal breaker for me. The Spotlight collection, I love this one. So in the standard, we get Cuba, India, Middle East, and West Africa, all great. What we're missing is some of the others. The Balinese, we are missing the East Asia. So, well, again, not very important for me. I mean, again, it's really personal. I don't think that's a big difference. But if we'll go into cinematics, this is the big one. This is where we are missing stuff in the cinematics and in the classical instruments, which for the standard, for the select, there's nothing here except here for the kinetic metal, which this is for some effects, and maybe if you're doing some audio for game or for movies and you need some effects or stuff, this is really great. But other than that, we are missing the big ones. We're missing the Action Strike, we are missing Action Strings, we are missing Ashlight with Damage, Emotive String. I mean, all the Mysteria, Rise and Hit, all these are missing. Of course, in the Collector's Edition, we get everything, including Lores, which I covered in my channel, and we also have Arcase, which I also covered, so check it out. And I also covered the Farlight, the Ashlight, and Straylight. So if you want to see these guys, check my channel. And so these are amazing, very complex libraries for cinematics, for game audio, for textures, for ambient music, maybe. Really, really love them. And then as we go into the classical instruments, here you can see that we have, we have nothing in the standard and in the select. We do have some of them with the Ultimate. So you can see that we have the Stradivari violin, we have the Symphony Essentials, and so on. So if you are into classical compositions or need classical instruments in your compositions, then you might want to consider one of the two more expensive bundles. We have the Ultimate and the Collector's Edition. And then we go into effects, just plugins. And sometimes people forget that Native Instruments do have a very comprehensive collection of plugins and effects. And as you can see, we're missing some with the standard. We're missing a lot with the select. But as you can see, I'm not going into all that detail. So you can read through this and check if that's something that you're looking into. And as we just scroll down, you'll see that we have expansions, and that is a different department. If you are using Machina, if you're using anything like that, then maybe that's something important for you. You can see that with the Collector's Edition, we get everything, and there's a lots of sound. I love those expansions, but this is really something that you need to consider for yourself. And then we get some expansions for Massive and for Massive X. And as you can see, we get everything in the three more expensive, or the standard, the ultimate, and the collector's edition. We don't get any with the select. So this is basically the differences. This is the breakdown of the bundles. For me, I would get started if you're just new to Native Instruments and you're on the budget, then I would go with the standard. If you're willing to spend more, then of course the ultimate. And finally, of course, it's all about the money, the collector's edition. And especially if you are into all the cinematics and in the classical instruments, that's basically the top one for you. Now, before we move on, if you already own something, if you already have whatever bundle, maybe you have complete 13, 12, whatever you have, you can log in and see your personal offers. Now, if you already own whatever complete bundle and you're not planning to upgrade, or you may be here to get some specific instruments or specific products, then check this out. We have 50% of all these libraries. As you can see, we have 50% on Contact, so you can purchase that separately. And you have Guitar Rig 7, which is really great. We have the Schema Dark and Light bundle. We have the Noir Piano, 50%. The very new released Rhodes pianos, electric pianos. We have the Teens Duo, or you can buy them separately. We have Phoenix and Diamond. So all these libraries are now on sale. So this is a great time to get them. If you have any question, if you want me to show, if you want me to cover any of the specific libraries or instruments, let me know in the comments. So next, we have something really cool. We have a bunch of iconic synthesizers for just $19. This is amazing. You can get Massive, and I have like 4 or 5 videos just on Massive, the classic synthesizer, wavetable synthesizer. I also have Super 8, which I love, and we have the Track 01, we have FM8. All these guys are for $19. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. Just go and grab them. If you don't have any, just go and get either Super 8 or Massive, which I really love again. And of course, you can get also keyboards and hardware, Machina or the Control MK3, for example. So now you can get that also bundled with some of the software, some of the sounds. So as you can see, we have the Control S88 or 61, and it is bundled already with the complete ultimate and complete standard and so on. So for example, let's go with this one, the first one here. So we're saving 50% on complete 14. You get this really amazing keyboard, and you will also get the complete bundle here. So all the information is right here. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but again, of course, if you have questions, let me know. So of course, I didn't cover everything. We also have plugins and effects, and they are also on sale. So this is basically it. So as a bonus, I'm going to jump over to my Cubase session. I'm going to open up some of the Contact libraries, some of the synthesizers, and just show you some stuff. If there's anything that you would like me to cover, again, let me know in the comments. And if you want to skip that part, that's perfectly fine. Don't forget, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next videos, of course, unless you are still staying to see the demos. So first of all, this is Contact 7, the full Contact. I can't run the player because once you install the full Contact, you don't have access to the free player. But anyway, here you can see, if you're new to Contact, you can see all the libraries that you have. As you can see, I have some third-party libraries. These will only run in the full Contact. They will not run in the free Contact player. I have actually many of those. And as you can see, there is a way for you to just browse through them. You can, of course, filter out, you can search. There's a lot of things you can do, and you can actually build your own instruments, but that's beyond the scope of this video. So I've loaded something. This is for these very own drums. You can check my channel for the full review, and I'm gonna just have a look at that, and we'll see what is this one. So this is a drum library, and you can play this on your own. Just use the samples. Or you can use the built-in patterns. Now, every time you're loading any of these presets, you will get a list of preloaded patterns. And we can go into the patterns right here, and we can play them. Next, I want to show you Ashlight. So this is part of the cinematics category, and it is part of the light trilogy. So you consider we have two layers. We have granular synthesis, and we have sample layer, and they play together. This is very dark, slow, evolving sounds sometimes. And so let's try some of it. Now let's take a quick look at the Electric Keys Diamond. And this is, of course, Rode piano. Let's try the picked acoustic. And as you can see here, we have different songs. And as I'm going to browse through them, you'll get different patterns, and there's also different articulations. They are key switched. And we have auto chords, by the way. But you can also program this as an individual, just melodic playing by yourself. And I'm going to go into the library again, and we're going to just select something here with the melody preset. And once you do that, you can just play this as a guitar. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do with these guitars. So you can go into the guitar settings. We have the effects that you can load in, and there's the playback settings that you can change here with swing, humanizing, and so on. This is action string. So if you are into cinematics or trailer music, or doing some music for whatever videos or maybe game, this is maybe for you. Maybe you didn't know that, but I'm from the Middle East. guess which country. And so this library is really great. It covers everything you need for Middle Eastern sounds, including darbukas and flutes and everything else. So let's try some of the instruments. Piano colors, love this one. So let's see what we've got. First of all, we have different sound sources. We have the noises, we have layer 1 and 2, we have particles, and there's some other additional sounds that can go and join the party. And there's also an arpeggiator. So let's see what else. Let's try some more presets. And again, here you can shape the sound with some guitar settings. You can go and play with the amps and effect pedals, and there's playback settings as well. So this is Archis, again, part of the cinematic library section. And we have 3 layers here. So layer 1, 2, and 3 are identical in terms of what you can do with them, but you can load different samples, different sounds, and then you can blend them with the mod wheel like this. But there's a lot of other things that you can do with this, and I really love that. This is for atmospheric and ambient sounds. So this is, of course, massive, and I actually have a few videos covering this really from the beginning. So if you're new to this, and right now this is just $19. So there are tons of presets included here, but also, of course, you can buy and you can get so many presets. They're just circulating all around the world, so you can find them. And if you are buying any of the expansions, of course, you can go into the browser here. So right now I have a lot of them. So this is really great. And this is a wavetable synthesizer. You have 3 oscillators. You can go right here and see the different wavetables. You can change them. And you can add even noise right here. And there's a lot of things that you can do. This is pretty good synthesizer. For $19, I would just go and get it. Right, so this video is getting too long. Again, let me know in the comments what do you think, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to try and answer anything. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next videos. Thank you, and bye-bye.